This is Jordan Tower with J2 News. Make sure you smash that like button, smash that subscribe button, and don't not forget to order Core Mega The Realness 2 coming out October 7th. All right, so we got Suge Knight. Okay, so supposedly this, I guess at one point he tried to go after Bone Thugs and Harmony at a 1995 Source Awards. Crazy Bone says Suge Knight felt disrespected over the first of the month music video. And Crazy Bone explains Suge put up $10K to have Bone Thugs and Harmony assaulted on stage that night. Each member of Cleveland-based group rocked beanies, which closely associated with Death Row's aesthetic at the time in the music video. But he didn't like Bone Thugs and Harmony, especially because Eazy-E was affiliated with them. So obviously he looked at them as like he was looking for disrespect. There's a lot going on with beef back then, he said. It was intense. I remember Source Words being very intense. It was wild. Suge had called a meeting at one time and told everybody to look at our videos. One was, it's like, dude. Yeah, beef was... It was just as crazy back then. It was just like deeper in... It seemed more like gang politics back then, when now it's just like straight up disrespect. It's still, in a sense, gang politics now, but I don't know. Back then it was just like there was no Instagram or everything, so like things like were prolonged because like you'd hear responses and stuff in magazines, and you have to wait for the magazine to drop. Even in DVDs, you'd have to wait, and like in DVDs and like 06, whereas I was at 05 to 08. DVDs, you get 30 days, 15 to 30 days, so. Because, like, YouTube didn't really become a thing, like a thing, until, like, 2012, 2013, when people could start making money on it. Before then, it was, like, it was cool, but it wasn't a thing, There's always business behind everything. Nicki Minaj goes after a YouTuber. Now, I listened to what the YouTuber was saying. It's harsh. She was talking about, criminal charges around Nicki, with her boyfriend. I'm sorry, her husband. And stuff like that. And I'm going to tell you, man, like, to go off on and attack people for just assuming certain things, it leads to people. It's almost like this person was like part of Cardi B's thing. This Cardi B versus Nicki Minaj thing is way deeper with fans. There is a beef going on between these two that will never stop. I just don't know why they keep taking little subtle shots at each other that like sometimes only they can see, and they're looking for it. So, Nicki Minaj takes this YouTuber to court. And this girl is obsessed with it. She says she's calling it like surviving the petty. It's just like a little too much. Okay. Like she's going, Nicki's on Hinge, harassing me on Instagram. She doxed me with a bar. It's like, just if you're going to talk about something, talk about it and don't go straight after someone's son. This person was mentioning Nicki's son and everything. That's like, don't involve kids in this, Obviously, your son is well taken care of. She has plenty of money to take care of her child. She has help. You would have to have help, whether you're a Cardi B or Nicki Minaj, because you're running a huge career while having a child. You're gonna need an assistant or something to help you, But I see Nicki and Cardi are both very hands-on parents. And, that's hard. So you should never go after their children. That's great. That's too much. Okay. And I don't blame Nicki for tapping her with a court case for that. She even talked about certain kinds of drugs and stuff, which was like, come on. Nicki even commented in her comments, said, that's another false allegation you just made, that in addition to the new lies you said, she was talking about like drugs and stuff. I was like, Nicki Minaj definitely tapped her and said, you're going to have a problem, like, I'm not going to just let you like make a false narrative about me. So that's what's going on there. Diddy tricks on Young Miami, buys her this, let me get to that first. This super expensive chain. Hey, it's his money. He spends a lot of money. He's got a lot of money, and I guess he's just, he just wants to be happy. I don't see this lasting, but hey, have your fun. Then we got Spinabenz says he can't afford a... Is this him in this video? Is he on this video with Young and Ace? Are they like tied together? I don't know about this Jacksonville politics thing, man, but Spinabenz is... he made a whole song, 2 songs allegedly about crimes he committed, okay? He was charged with possession of a firearm, a convicted felon. What else was he charged with? He's accused of a lot of things, okay? He says he can't afford an attorney, needs a the attorney. Bail was set at $150, paid the 10% to get out of jail, suggested he would represented by former federal prosecutor in firearms case, but as far as the ankle monitor tampering is concerned, he seeks a court-appointed attorney. He has a lot of stuff against him. I'll tell you one thing, though. This has brought a lot of attention to his music video. I think he has almost 1 million listeners on Spotify now. And the songs have been downloaded almost 16. One of the songs has been downloaded 16 million times. Jeez. 16 million times? I think they're wrong about that. I'm going to be honest with you. I think that it wasn't downloaded. Mr. Williams has been in negotiations with Cinematic Records for the past few months of his recent talents. I'm noticing something with Cinematic Records. They're signing a lot of people in Jacksonville that also have huge allegations against them. You want to be careful when you bring that energy to your music, your label. Johnny Shipes is the head of Cinematic Records. He's actually one of the first people to sign. Well, he's probably the first person to actually sign Nipsey with Big U. And they got the deal at Sony. Anyways, Spinabenz. Young and Ace, if I were him, I would be very careful because he's affiliating himself with a lot of people that have had, like, Fed cases and everything. I just don't see this ending well for anybody that's like involving crime in their music. I'm sorry, I just don't. Then we got Chuck D. Fight the Power. Well, now he's selling his music to the power. He says sell a significant part of his Public Enemy catalog. You already know that Flava Flav somewhere around the corner. I'm going to have a problem with that. He says his deal is right timing going forward, evolution of our business together. What was it with? It's with that big company. Let's see. Okay, so it's a Reach Music, who was a leader of music publisher space for the past few decades, now owns 100% of Chuck D's songwriters share, along with 50% of his publishing rights. Both sides declined to see how much Chuck got from the deal. He will retain the other 50% of his copyright share. Maybe that's to like have some say-so where it goes. You got to cash out at some point. I mean, come on. It is business. Okay, Chuck D. How old is he? Age? I think he's like 60, right? 62. So you got to cash out at one point. He wants to leave something for. Think about it. You could say, oh, he has to leave money for, they leave the publishing. If you're the people after you, you're leaving money for his kids, his spouse, right? They might not know what to do with the rights, right? So this way he can get a chunk of money, leave it to them, and he'll feel it probably takes a big stress off him. I'll say that. Okay. That's about it, man. Suge Knight will forever be in the news. Okay, he was a menace to society at one point. So of course he was a menace to the music industry, but very changed how things were done in the music industry. Part of that change, there was him, Diddy, a bunch of people that kind of led a change. Obviously, Dr. Dre. Anyways, Jordan Tower with JT News. Make sure you smash that like button. Don't forget, Core Mega got the Realness 2 dropping. Heard a lot of it. It's good. Make sure you check that out. October 7th, that drops. It's Jordan Tower with JT News. Peace.